You are cruising down the highway, perfectly on schedule, when a loud, violent thud shatters the drive. In a fraction of a second, your steering wheel jerks, the chassis drops, and you are fighting for control. A blowout at 65 miles per hour demands absolute precision. Instinctive, panicked reactions, like stomping on the brakes, directly lead to fatal multi-car collisions. Surviving this depends on executing a specific, step-by-step physical protocol. We are going to walk through the exact physical inputs needed to regain control, secure the vehicle, and protect the wheel rims from permanent damage. Before the rubber even meets the road, your first prerequisite is psychological. You have to force yourself to breathe and override your startle reflex. You also need to know exactly where your hazard light button is without taking your eyes off the windshield. A high-speed blowout is a test of your ability to override human panic with a deliberate, calculated procedure. Let's execute step 1. The exact moment the casing ruptures, the steering wheel is going to feel incredibly heavy, and the car will violently pull toward whichever side just lost pressure. Your immediate action is to lock both hands onto the wheel at the 9-3 or 10-2 position. Maintain a rigid, firm grip, and force the vehicle to hold a straight, forward line. Sudden braking with uneven tire pressure forces momentum diagonally, causing an uncontrollable spin. Instead, take your foot completely off the accelerator. Let the deflated tire's natural friction do the work. The vehicle will coast down to a manageable speed, while remaining perfectly stable. In those initial seconds, your survival depends entirely on managing your existing momentum, rather than fighting it with sudden violent inputs. Now that the car is pointing straight and decelerating, activate your hazard lights. This breaks the visual pattern for the drivers behind you and clearly signals an active emergency. You need to navigate to a secure landing zone. Avoid blind curves or narrow highway shoulders at all costs. Look for wide paved shoulders, an intersecting side street, or a nearby commercial parking lot. Once you spot a target, ensure the ground is perfectly level and solid before you bring the car to a final stop. This diagram illustrates why flat ground is mandatory. Jacking up a multi-ton vehicle on soft dirt or a sloping hill shifts the center of gravity completely off the vertical jack shaft. If that jack slips, the collapsing vehicle becomes a lethal crushing hazard. Once you are safely on flat, solid pavement, shift into park. Then firmly engage your emergency parking brake to physically lock the wheels in place. Securing the correct geographic stopping point is far more critical than stopping immediately. Creeping a few extra yards onto safe terrain is safer than attempting a repair in the danger zone. You are stopped. Before you unbuckle or touch the door handle, you must run through the roadside assessment matrix. Step 1 is assessing your environmental threat. As we see on the right side of this graphic, if you are stuck on a narrow bridge, a zero-clearance shoulder, or an interstate with high-volume traffic, stepping out of your cabin is a deadly risk. You must stay inside. Step 2 is confronting the equipment you actually have. Many drivers falsely assume there is a pristine, full-size spare waiting in their trunk. Modern reality is different. Many new cars only include basic inflation kits, which are useless on shredded rubber. Even if you have a spare, the lug nuts were likely tightened by a mechanic using high-torque pneumatic tools. A short, standard trunk wrench rarely provides enough leverage to break them loose. Warning tone. If your equipment fails this matrix, do not attempt to limp the vehicle down the road. Driving on a completely flat tire forces the bare metal wheel rim to bear the entire weight of the car. It grinds directly into the pavement, turning a standard tire replacement into a highly expensive mechanical repair. At this point, calling a professional towing service equipped with heavy-duty hydraulic jacks and impact wrenches is a calculated tactical decision. It is the safest way to clear the hazard. By following these steps, you have successfully locked the vehicle down, avoided catastrophic rim damage, and secured your personal safety. If you successfully install a compact spare, look at this dashboard and follow the 50-50 rule. Emergency donuts are strictly rated for a maximum speed of 50 miles per hour and should never be driven a distance exceeding 50 miles. If you are waiting for a recovery truck, your protocol is simple. Remain securely buckled inside the metal cage of your cabin and keep your hazard lights flashing until help arrives. To ensure you never have to execute this protocol again, focus on basic maintenance. Checking your tire pressure once a month prevents the excessive internal friction that causes rubber casings to overheat and fail at highway speeds. True automotive safety is built on a continuous cycle of vigilant prevention, ensuring you stay rolling on the road instead of stranded on the shoulder.